Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn right now talking about hurricane preps in the city of Tampa.
All right, we're going to go right to him and listen in to what he's saying.
To underscore, as the governor has done, the significance of this storm and the importance that all of our citizens take the appropriate preparations. We certainly are doing that here. This is something that we trained for all year long. It is something that we are prepared for. Certainly, we never hoped that we would be dealing with something of this magnitude, but we are as prepared as any municipality can possibly be. You will hear from some of the folks that are here with me today and some of the specific areas that they will deal with. But as of my signature on this, the city of Tampa has declared a state of local emergency. You will be provided copies of what that entails, but this isn't the first step in what I hope will be an ongoing county effort, county-wide effort, which I think we will know about this afternoon when we meet as a countywide policy group to look at the potential for a countywide state of emergency. Now, we are not declaring at this point an evacuation, but certainly we are suggesting to those citizens that are elderly, that are possibly infirm, that they consider evacuating. I have seen reports already that the interstates leaving the state of Florida are heavily trafficked at this point as South Florida looks to evacuate. So the earlier that we can do this, the better it will be for all of us. I cannot urge enough, and you've heard me say this every time we go through this season, have a plan, and now is the time to execute on that plan. I will tell you Friday or Saturday or Sunday, it is too late. So we need you to go do what you have to do today, to take the precautions, hopefully that you have already taken, to get your cars gassed up, to get your money out of your ATM machines, to get your food preparations, to get 30 days worth of medicine, and be prepared to move out of this community in the next couple days. We're hopeful that the storm track will continue to take it to the east, but we cannot predict that. This is a very uncertain storm, but I can tell you this. The magnitude of the potential devastation from this storm is unlike anything that we have seen, anything certainly that any of us have lived through. We will probably go to a level 2 as we staff up our emergency operations center. That means certainly a heightened level of awareness. You're going to hear some of what is being done from the various folks that are up here with me today. But I need folks to know that now's the time to execute on your plan. Obviously, water is in somewhat of short supply in some of the stores. The gasoline lines are a little bit longer. Go get what you need to do to make the appropriate decisions. Take care of your families. Certainly, we are all doing that up here. We will be manning our posts for the next 3, 4, 5 days, however long it takes, and we will be doing it around the clock. And we are hopeful that the storm will continue to move in an easterly direction and out into the Atlantic. This is a bad one. This is a bad one. And all of us know that Tampa is a low-lying area. We have done an amazing job over the last year cleaning out a lot of our stormwater ditches, cleaning out the swales, cleaning out the retention ponds. But ultimately, depending on the tides and depending on the level of the storm, depending on where the storm hits, we can anticipate that there will be a lot of standing water in Tampa. We know where those places are. Do not drive through standing water. Find some other route around this. If the winds are blowing more than 40 miles per hour, our fire rescue and our police personnel are not going to be able to come and get you. If it's a consistent 40 miles an hour, we are not going to be able physically to come and get you. So figure out where your flood zone is. If you live in an area that is prone to flooding, take the appropriate precautions. I'm not saying this because I want to inconvenience you. I'm saying this because I do not want to come and get you in a body bag. It's that simple. So do the right thing, take care of your families, take care of your pets, execute your plan, find higher ground, leave the city if necessary, particularly if you are elderly or have no other family support measures around you. But we need to take the appropriate steps, and then let's pray that this storm does not hit us. Let me introduce, first of all, Fire Chief, who is our Emergency Operations Coordinator, Chief Tom Ford.
Thank you, Mayor. And again, I cannot say more clearly or more passionately with respect to what the mayor has already issued. It is so very important that everyone heeds to the directives of the mayor and to both your law enforcement and your fire rescue personnel. When the mayor issues the order for folk to evacuate, we need those persons moving out. No one is going to take better care of you than you're going to take of yourselves. The mayor has directed that we activate every part of our government. We've done that. We just recently had a full call of all emergency support functions from 1 through 19, and they have clearly initiated every directive they need to do to be prepared to manage their area of responsibility during this system. In my 35 years of disaster preparedness, I have never seen a system as compact and as well as healthy as this event that's happening to us. We do not know what it's going to do, and that unpredictability is one of those things that really has us very, very concerned, which is why the mayor is doing what he's doing, which is why we're doing what we're doing. We need you to adhere and listen to all of the notifications that you're getting from us. Make certain that you've got 3 days supply of water and goods and food for each of your members in your family. Make certain that you have considered your pets and those neighbors that might be on either side of you or in the community who may not have regular visitations. We need to know that they're out there so that we can ensure that we provide the proper provisions to be able to secure them and safety them and get them out of harm's way if that's required as well. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, Chief Brian Dugan, Tampa Police Department.
The police department is ready to respond as needed. We have contacted our officers. We're prepared to bring everybody in as needed. They'll work a 12-hour shift. We've asked them to make sure that their families are taken care of, so they're ready. We're expecting some long hours, some long days. I think it's very important that everybody listen to the mayor and take heed to what he is saying. We need to look out for each other. We need to have a sense of urgency in leaving, but at the same time, we need to stay calm and not panic. It's very important that everybody think this through and where they're going and how they're going to get there, and that we look out for each other and that we stay calm.
All right, next is Brad Baird, who runs all of our infrastructure, water, wastewater, and sewer.
Thank you, Mayor. We have been exercising, practicing this plan for well over 15 years. So now it's time to execute. I'd like to go through some of the items in the Public Works Department that we have been doing to prepare. Starting with solid waste, we'll complete all residential and commercial routes by close of business Friday. We'll be working with the businesses on Saturday and Sunday collection, and they may be impacted. We may have to suspend those. We have pre-positioned contractors, put them on standby for security, for debris clearing, or debris monitoring, debris removal, and in some cases clearing. And we are also prepared to activate the emergency response centers. We have 3 of them with about 350 employees and support help from around the area. In transportation and stormwater services, we're lowering all pond levels, stormwater retention ponds in anticipation of flooding. We're cleaning stormwater inlets and pipelines and culverts of debris, checking all the hot spots to make sure they're clear throughout the city. We have pre-staged barricades at over 50 locations that TPD can get out there and immediately put out in the case of flooding so that people don't drive through deep water. We have fueled and
all right,
tested
you
all
have
the
been
generators
listening to the City of Tampa press briefing right now. They've covered a lot of information. We want to just give you the highlights. The City of Tampa has declared a state of emergency. That is official. It is not yet countywide. No evacuations yet, but they're saying if you're elderly or if your health is questionable, you should make plans to evacuate Better to be safe than sorry.
And that's the word we kept hearing over and over: preparation, prepare, prepare, prepare. He said, for those that live in the city, for those that live in the county, go outside, get your cars gassed up. Make sure you have money taken out of the ATM just in case we lose power. This was interesting. If you are sick, if you have medication, get 30 days worth of that now. That way you're not running out. And of course, the food and the water, and do what you need to do. I thought this was interesting. He said, be ready to evacuate in the next couple of days, just in case that order goes out.
Just in case. And finally, before we take a quick break, Police Chief Brian Dugan said he was brief, but he hit home. Look out for each other. Be kind, have a sense of urgency, but also stay calm. There's still a lot of time before this storm hits. We're going to take a quick break and then a full Irma forecast right when we get back.